Welcome back to It Can Be You with Jordana. These are soul-to-soul conversations with entrepreneurs and trailblazers uncovering the why behind their success. We speak about their wellness practices when it comes to mind, body, spirit, and how that leads them to the journey they're in today. Today we'll be speaking with Nathalie and Guillermo Zapata. The reason why I'm so excited to bring them on is because this is a couple who are still very much in love after over 10 plus years of marriage. They've run many successful businesses together, and I would love to uncover their secrets behind the success while maintaining a happy marriage. And going through this journey of, even starting the show and the things that I'm doing today, having someone there that really believes in you just pushes you daily to just want to be a better version of yourself. And I wake up every day now really with so much belief in me that I see now that if I had it in the past, my successes could have been even greater. So I think there's a lot to be said when it comes to who's around you and the people that you have by your side when it comes to building businesses.
If anybody else wants to come with me, this moment will be the moment of something real and fun and inspiring in this God-forsaken business, and we will do it together. Who's coming with me? Who's coming with me? Who's coming with me?
I will go with you.
Our little project, our company, had a very big night. A very, very big night. But it wasn't complete. It wasn't nearly close to being in the same vicinity as complete. Because I couldn't share it with you.
We just saw a clip from Jerry Maguire, and looking at that movie, there are a few things to me that stand out. What grit, persistence does to an entrepreneur through failures, through successes, how they just keep going through what it is that they want to achieve, and how important it is to have someone that believes you by your side through that journey. So sharing something very personal today, especially in the light of what we just saw with the clip and the guest that I'm about to have on. Throughout my career, my many lives, as I say, from the age of 24 to now turning 45 in a little bit, I've built many businesses, and through those businesses, I've been in different relationships. And it's been interesting to kind of see what happens when you don't have a partner that is really there for you, supporting who you're meant to be, not trying to make you someone that they want you to be. And when you have somebody by your side that really believes in you just the way that you are. So I think all of us as entrepreneurs, or whatever it is that our dreams are, I just beg you to take a look around you, whether it's your partner, husband, wife, friends, and just kind of see who is your circle. And do they really know you and respect you for who you are to then uplift you in the moments that you need it? You're listening to It Can Be You with Jordana. I'm so excited today to be joined by a couple that I've admired for so many years now, Guillermo and Nathalie Zapata. First, I would love for each of you to take one of you at a time and tell everyone who's watching, who's not familiar with either of you, how do you define yourself? Who is Guillermo Zapata and who is Nathalie Zapata? We can start with you, Guillermo.
Yeah, Guillermo Zapata. Well, I will say that he is he's a dreamer. Somebody that enjoy life, enjoy family, looking always for the next thing to do. And that's pretty much me. I like to be present and be there and always dream what's next.
I love that. Nathalie?
Yes, so I want to say I'm probably the down to earth and rational in the couple. My husband has an idea per minute and is dreaming very big, and I love it. This is good, except like sometimes you just need to we'll see what's doable or not. And so I am very rational and down to earth, and I am a business owner, and I really like to work, but I think before anything else, I'm a mom.
I love that. I love the balance, the yin and the yang. I think that's super important in a relationship. So I've always admired both of you. When I would watch you guys, just work together, I would always say, wow, they're such a beautiful couple. But it wasn't only from the outside, but I could see what was inside. And now seeing the balance that the two of you bring to each other, that's such a beautiful thing. And being a mother, I can relate to that very much. So I love that answer. Thank you, guys. I remember 15 years ago, coming to LA and finding this cute little Parisian cafe. And me and my friend were like, this is where we want to go. And it was such a beautiful experience. It ended up being SUR. And I just remember walking away going, wow, the food was amazing, the service was amazing. And then going a few years down the line, it changed the aesthetics and the feel of it as, you evolved the business. And what was that like for you, leaving that behind and transitioning into what SUR is today?
I think each part of each time that we have it have a special feeling, a special flavor. That's a good word to say it. And as an entrepreneur, as an owner of the business, you always have to be proactive. You always have to think about what's next, what is good for the customer, what is trendy, what we can innovate it in order to keep going. I mean, if you think about it, we have a business started in 1998. Tough business, in a very competitive city, which is West Hollywood. When you look at around and you have spectacular restaurants and places that you need to be competitive within. And that make us to be more fearless, just to keep going and to see what we can do in order to keep going. And but every time we enjoy every single moment that we are there. And my wife, she's from France, and she can bring her own culture. My business partner, they're from England. I am from Argentina. So between the four of us, we always constantly listen to each other, respect each other, and see what's next for the business, which is that's our main concern. What is good for them. And
Yeah.
I think it's true when you say Parisian cafe, it was probably more like a Buenos Aires cafe because it used to be like an Argentinian place originally from Guillermo. And then I do believe like the evolution where the decor and everything changed is like when Lisa and Ken came to the equation, and they have gorgeous vision. When we met them, they say like, we love to get partnership with you guys. There is only one thing, it's like, I like to design places, she said, and come to see my house and let's see if you like the look. And so we just drove up the hill and discover a gorgeous mansion, and we're like, you have free card. It was just so great. And so that's how like the change of the look happened somehow. But then, yes, all together, we make the menu evolve, and we try to adapt always to what's the trends, like Guillermo said. And Guillermo and I like to travel a lot and, discover new music and get inspired by other cafes or restaurants, in south of France, in Greece, in Spain, in like South of America. So each time we bring like little ideas here and there and make it our own.
I love that.
It became this huge sensation after the show, of course. But it's different clientele, but every single step, and it's very exciting.
And also be present, as an owner. And then there's no many places that owners, they want to participate as much they could. Because, for any reason, sometimes, owners, they are not able to be part of the business as much as they want. So in our case is Nathalie and I, we are really 100% involved in that. And then Ken and Lisa, they're very busy, but at the same time, they always, always contact with us and see what else we can do. So it's important for our businesses to be present, and as the owner, we are there.
Yeah, that's one thing I was going to mention that I find super admirable, and what keeps bringing me back to SUR every time I come, I think of you guys, is because as big as it's become with the show and all the things, you still feel like you're a part of a family when you walk in as a client, as somebody who's going to eat there, and it's because of you guys, and because every time we go, we see you there smiling and taking photos and being present, and it's something for me. I look at that and I'm like, wow, that's like you guys. It's so humbling to see like real people running amazing businesses, you know, and I really commend you guys for that. It's something that brings me back every time.
That means a lot. Thank you
true.
for
Yeah,
saying
for
that.
us it's like our own home.
Yeah,
and
that's
you know
what it
we
feels
welcome
like.
you know, like any guest who will come to our
Yeah.
house.
That's what it
and so
feels
it's part
like.
of us. You know, somehow we feel like it is
That's
the same
beautiful.
feeling for us.
I'm going to shift gears a little bit now, and I'm really excited to ask you guys this. Do you believe in soulmates?
I do.
Yeah, I think this is a destiny, soulmate, and it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
it is.
And I'd love to know, you know, prior with you both saying yes, and you said it very quickly, which I love, how did you guys meet?
Talking about soulmate, I had like search for soulmate for many years, and I was kind of like, okay, this is not going to happen for me. So I was 30 at the time, and I decided to come to study. I'm from Paris, and I decided to come to study at UCLA Extension, learning some more English and being a little more like, you know, on an international work environment. And so here I am in West Hollywood, LA, and I'm going out with my best friend at the time a lot at the Abbey, at those places around WeHo. And one night I came to dine at the little SUR that you were mentioning earlier, you know, and I saw Guillermo, who was there already, like taking care of the client and making them feel welcome. And I definitely felt very welcome.
Yeah,
And that was the beginning.
Yeah, that was the same feeling for me. You know, I was in late 30s, I would say that. And been in LA since 1992. I'm always wanted to, you know, find the right partner, you know, somebody that, you know, you think about. I'm always thinking about, you know, which one it will be, you know, to have a family, to have kids, to get married. And it was not, you know, not easy for me, you know, dealing with work and dealing with the city, which is a very, Los Angeles is a very unique city to meet people.
Yes.
Sometimes it became very complicated for people to meet each other because of Los Angeles, because people come to LA with a different ambition, and then, you know, it's a tough city to live and to think about, you know, a family. You know, that was my own experience. But, you know, she came from Paris, you know, I would say that, with a different mentality, with an open mind, with something fresh, something new in everything. And I was attracted to that, beside the beauty that Nathalie is. But her, you know, I said, I fall in love immediately with that kind of personality and the way that Nathalie was taught, you know. And I think it was, you know, I knew immediately that I wanna marry her and I want to have a family with her. I have 100% ready for that.
I love that.
I think the recipe here, why was it working, is because so many people are coming to LA, like Guillermo said, for work, to become a star, for, you know, like action camera and everything. And as it has never been my goal ever, you know. First of all, I didn't plan on moving to LA. It just happened because of Guillermo. I changed completely my life for it, you know. I felt that he was my soulmate, so I decided to drop everything, you know, my career, my apartment, my family, everything in France to give it a try, you know, and it just worked out. I used to call him at the beginning of the relationship my little Buddha. It just made me feel like, you know, centered and happy, and it was that.
It's so amazing to hear that, because I have a very personal experience that recently happened to me. So I went through a separation, and for a long time I was in relationships. Of course, I loved my ex, you know, when I was with him at the time. You don't get married, you know, if you don't. But I never felt, there was something always missing. I don't know. I never felt complete. I was always still looking, and I'm somebody who, I'm like, life is too short to settle if you don't feel that full. And I have to say, truthfully, I met somebody recently, like 7 months it's been now, where for the first time, you said something that really spoke to me. My boyfriend today, I, for the first time, feel at peace. I feel like everything is okay. Everything is always going to be okay, because the way he makes me feel, and just, I don't know, it is this soulmate feeling that I feel, where it's like this, I can do anything, and I'm perfect being the way that I am because of the love that he shows me every day. So listening to you guys,
Yeah.
it almost just like, I don't know. It just,
You don't have to pretend to be somebody else. You can just be you and
100%.
being
And it's the most
accepted as
amazing
is.
feeling in the world. You feel free finally in a weird way, right?
Yeah.
And it's beautiful.
Nice.
Yeah.
So how, as a couple, because you guys are in the spotlight, you know, you're doing all this work at SUR, and then you actor, and you have your candle company, which congratulations, it's
Thank
amazing.
you.
How do you balance the relationship and all the businesses and all the ventures that you do on it? You know, because that's a hard thing to balance with traveling and work. And how do you do that?
I think like on the daily routine, you know, like we don't really see a lot of each other. Guillermo is working pretty much always at nighttime. I'm
Yeah.
doing the daytime shift, organizing, you know, the financial part, the maintenance part and everything. We had our girls that we wanted to really be present for as well, you know, so definitely we will always be as a family, like for breakfast, for instance, and then, you know, we have some days off where like we have some family life. And I think like when we really were a group together was like when we're taking a vacation, you know, when we're taking a vacation once a while.
So you think like maybe having that separation and togetherness, not being together all the time, is important.
I think it is. You know,
Yeah.
give it a space, and
Yeah.
so you know, by the end of the day, you have a lot of things to catch up with, and
Yeah.
you know, working together, you need to find a balance, and that's the proof. You know, after
Yeah.
so many years working together in the
Yeah.
same spot.
And I think the base of that is trust, you know. And so when Guillermo was telling me, okay, I have a movie to shoot in Argentina, and I'm going to be there for like a month and a half, you know, like,
That's
okay,
tough.
we are like, we lift each other, you know, like we
love
want the other one to be doing good. And then when I had like the idea of creating my own line of candles and perfumes, like Guillermo was like, go for it. It's like, it's the support that you give to each other, you know, like even if you have to be away from each other for a little
Yeah.
bit, you know, it's okay. It's the trust behind, and like,
You said something very interesting that I love is the trust and the support, because I think what you do when, let's say he goes, I'm going to go for a month to do a movie. I think it's very easy for a lot of spouses to say, oh, but you know, you're going to be away, and what if this, like have these doubts. And then it almost, because you have that support that you give to him, you can trust him even more because he's going away, going, I have everything I need. I have a supportive, loving, so there's nothing that you can get insecure about because you
Yeah.
guys are giving each other everything both of you need. So I think that that's a beautiful thing. So self-care and wellness practices at home, because obviously, you know, it's not always easy. Business is not always, you know, there's ups and downs. So what are the things that you do at home for your own self-care, mental health, like, you know, just fitness? Like, what do you do for each of you, you know, individually and together as a family for your kids? Like, how do you maintain that?
you want to start?
Yeah, I will say that, you know, priority for me is just, you know, first of all, I like to sleep very little, you know.
Little?
So little. So I like to,
Okay.
at least 6 hours for me is plenty.
Okay.
And even if and this is something that I put like willpower
Yeah.
in every single day, because, you know, sometimes I come home late,
Yeah.
but I know by 6:30 I want to wake up no matter what and start the day, you know, and I know that, you know, a little bit of meditation and exercise every single day. Eat right, drink a lot of water,
Yeah.
drink good wines.
That's a
And that part of the routine. But I think it's just to find a balance and like I said, willpower that make you feel stronger when you make decision and say, well, this
Yeah.
is the way to continue in life, because I love life. I enjoy life so much, and I want the best, and I want to be present with my family as much as I can. So I think, you know, it is very important to think about yourself and how to be
Yeah.
healthy and good.
100%.
And, yeah.
Yeah. The wine part, check. I got that down. Just kidding.
Yeah, that is important too.
That one I do. Just kidding. What about you?
I think as I don't know if it's because I'm a French person or not, but I do a little bit of everything: the
Yeah.
bad, the good, and you know, everything in
Yeah.
between. So first of all, I am not as disciplined as Guillermo. So if I don't have a trainer that I need to go to twice a week, I will never go to exercise. So now, because after 45, you know, like I always like ate healthy somehow, but like having some gourmandise. But I always had like a nice figure. I was just lucky, genetic. But then after 45, you're like, ooh, not so much anymore. You know, like it's not so easy. So I really enjoy going to my trainer, and I see him twice a week. I do some yoga sometime by myself at home, and you know, I don't know, like yes, a little glass of wine, like everything in moderation. I think is good.
Moderation.
And then I work a lot on myself. I used to be somebody who was very introvert, and it was not easy for me to being speaking in public or even interacting with other people. Even like, for instance, as a younger mother, going to the park and doing the small talk. I was terrorized about doing the small talk on the park. I was like, what am I supposed to say, not say? You know, like it's not my culture. It's so different. So I did a lot of work on myself on building my confidence, and I am a little bit out of my shelf now, and you know, I forced myself to be involved in the school. I am like the co-chair of like the Harvard Westlake French Club right now, so I really put myself out to. It wasn't easy at the beginning, you know, and you have like your hands are kind of like sweating, and but little by little. I built a confidence, and that feels good.
That's amazing. What I love, you guys, everything you talked about in terms of your wellness practices is just really about loving life. And I think that in itself, it's okay. We're not always going to do the perfect things, but the bad things sometimes, if it's not bad, harming yourself or others can be good, right? So it's just about enjoying altogether, and then it keeps you young, it keeps you going. And it seems, because you talked about meditation, you talked about yoga, and how you went from the introvert and worked on that. It seems you guys have a lot of also just like spiritual, like, right? That's a lot of what you guys are as well. I feel that.
Definitely.
Yeah, which is amazing.
And I believe in a big motto, which is like, when you do something, do it with kindness to everyone, you know?
That.
And it really changed the way that your day can go, you know? You can start the day, for instance, like going some shopping and having like a cashier who's not in a good mood, but if you give a compliment there, you know, it can change the mood, and it makes you feel good about yourself too, and little kindness here and there can really change the world, I think, like, and the day.
Oh my God. I was already in love with you both, now even more. Like, I'm listening to you guys and I'm like, this is, because I'm a very spiritual person. I feed off of energy, and the more you guys talk now, I mean, I knew you guys, but not to this level. And getting to know you now, I'm like, makes a lot of sense why I've always been so like, you know, just drawn to being around you guys. And it just felt good to be, because you guys really have a lot of amazing things that you guys have said and are inspiring with. And one thing I will say too is, it's funny, when I had kids, I always said, I don't know everything, but if I can teach them to be kind to everyone, treat everyone the same, and give people what they can to help, I've done my job as a mom. Exactly. And I see now, you know, my 7-year-old, just recently we saw a man playing the violin. He needed money. He had a sign. Every time now, she's like, Mommy, let's go. Let's give him something. I'm like, but Mommy doesn't have anything. She's like, let's find a machine. So she'll find a machine, get money. She'll go. Not only did she want to give the gentleman money, we ended up doing the Venmo thing, but she wanted to sit there and listen to him play for a while. She's like, Mommy, don't go yet. And she was just watching him and just like really wanting, and then when we got home, she said, can you post on your Instagram? So I posted the video, and the next morning, the first thing she said when she woke up is, Mommy, how many people helped the guy? Did you look at your Instagram? So it's something that's just really, you know, and for me, that's like, I've done my job, you know, that's what so I love that, the kindness, it's a very big thing. The last thing I want to ask you is, you know, I feel like you guys, I don't know, I'm just so inspired after all of this, and, you know, congrats on everything again.
Thank you.
Just in life, I feel like you guys have really succeeded in life, just being who you are. What's a quote that you each live by?
I always say that, you know, this is life is only one, so, you know, so you have to really enjoy it as much as you can, and it doesn't come out the name of what I wanted to say, but it has to be referring with the way that I want to live, the way that you know, life represent to me, and what I want to give back. And at this time in my life, I think it's all the experience that I have is, you know, my mission. I know that, for instance, part of me in this life is to give back somehow, and this is my mission right now, is to motivate people that, you know, everything is possible. You know, every dream that you have could be happen. You have to just put your soul, you put your energy, and everything can happen. So, you know, I'm a big motivator. If people hear about my life, how do I start in this country, and everything that pushed me to be what we are right now, is matter of belief in yourself and always keep going and going, and that's the message that I want to give.
I love that.
He forgot something. He's a very generous man, and when he say he like to help people, it's like to the bone. It's like he's always see potential on new kids who coming to SUR to work or anything like that, and he's not just giving a job. Like for instance, we just had a new busser who just started to work, and it's not only giving him this job of being a busser at SUR. Guillermo heard like the guy's into music, so he's like, "Hey, are you presented? Do you have a music producer? I can help out." It's like all his network is always like willing to like share with everybody, and that's a big part of your personality you forgot.
Thank you. This is give back what you got, you know.
I love that.
That's the mission that we have.
It's beautiful.
I don't know if I really have a quote. I just want to say, you know, life is beautiful, so let's live it to the fullest. And I believe that we don't have only one life. I think I was an Italian duchess in the past, because when I arrive in Rome, I feel like I'm at home, and then I know what's going to be my next life.
Yeah.
But every life we have, let's live it to the fullest.
I thought Argentina was your home too.
No, it's my home, but when I walk in Rome, I really feel like
She like Argentina too, and I'm proud of
I
it.
love it.
That's amazing. And
Maybe I'll be an Argentinian on another life,
Okay,
on
the
my next one.
and you guys will meet again.
Yeah.
The soulmates, right? You keep
Yeah.
meeting
Yeah.
in different lives.
Totally.
Yeah, I believe that too. I believe in past lives for sure. This has been amazing, and I thank both of you so much. And I'm just excited to continue following your journey and having other people watch this and realize that I feel like everything you've said, your successes have come, of course, because you're both intelligent and you work hard, but really, I really believe it's come from your heart.
Yeah.
And there's a quote that reminds me of both of you, which I heard from a chairman of a not-for-profit in India, which was, the secret to success is to shut off your mind, take out your heart, and put it in your hands. And I feel like that's exactly what you both do every day with your family, with work with each other. So thank you both so much. This has been beautiful.
Thank you for having us.
you.
Thank you, Jordana.
Of course. We've just finished speaking to Nathalie and Guillermo Zapata, and the biggest takeaway for me from this interview was just to live and let be, to love, to really live out the word love in every aspect of your life when it comes to your work, your family, your friends, and others, and it too can be you.